Hi friends, welcome to NABARD Grade B. We are back with yet another very important lecture. As you can see that we bring out to you the government scheme. Only those schemes, those are very important and launched recently. But all this MCQ will be arranged as per the ministry. So Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So all the MCQ that we present in this lecture will be from the flagship schemes and very important scheme of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Right? So before I start, let me put out a disclaimer that this lecture should not be an one-way lecture from your side. Right? So what you are going to do, you are going to pause and try to figure out the answer, and this all the MCQs are made as per the phase 2 of your ESI or ARD syllabus, right? So try to involve with us, try to pause the video, figure out the answer. If you cannot, no worries, we are supporting you in your revision, right? So let's begin with the lecture with first question. In which year did the Eklavya Model Residential School started? Right. So very confusing options. 1995-96, 1992-93, 1991-92, 1996-97 or 1997-98. Which one is the right answer? So again, try to engage as much as you can by pausing the video and figuring out the answer. Okay. So let's see. So the right answer is 1997-98. 1997-98. So let's see few details about the Eklavya Model Residential School. Right? So EMRS is the short form. ERMS started in the year 1997-98. Okay, to impart quality education to ST children. Okay, so when 1997. So see, answer few things. When, whom, means for whom? It's for ST children in remote areas, in order to enable them to avail the opportunities in high-end professional education courses and get employment in various sectors. So that's an objective. The school focused not only on academic education but on the all-round development of the school. Okay. Each school has a capacity of 480 students. Very important. What is the capacity of each school? It's 480 students, catering to students from class 6 to 12. Okay, and these are at par with Navodaya Vidyalaya. Navodaya Vidyalaya, right? Grants were given for construction of schools and recurring expenses to the state government under the Grants Article 275 bracket 1 of the Constitution, right? So these are the things that I have marked is very important from this particular slide. 1997-98 ST children, class 6 to 12. Okay, each school has a capacity of 480 students. Expenses grants are given by the union to the state government under grants of 275 1 of the Constitution. Okay, so let's see few. Let's see question number 2. Identify the incorrect statement from below about the Eklavya Model Residential School. So we haven't finished up with the Eklavya Model Residential School, right? So the question 2 is about the same. You will have to identify the incorrect statement. Pause the video. Let us get into a process of uh, understanding things. So try to figure out the answer. Every block with more than 50% ST population. So ST is correct, right? So 50 is something, if you know, you know, if you don't know, you don't know. And at least 20,000 tribal. Again, this 20,000 is also that you will have to know this data to identify if the statement is correct or incorrect statement. will have ERMS by the year 2024. It is a central sector scheme, reservation of 20% seat under sports quota. It is a scheme to provide quality education to tribal scheduled tribe. None of the above. So see, this statement is correct, right? Because ST, we have learned in the last slide, then this statement comes out to be the correct. Okay. Now you will have to identify the incorrect statement. So I hope many of you by now have identified what is the incorrect statement. Let's move ahead and see the answer. So the answer is every block with more than 50% population and at least 20,000 tribal person will have ERMS by the year 2024. So this 2024 is not correct. Okay, X2022. Let's see the description now. So the answer is, in order to give further impetus to EMRS, it has been decided that by year 2022. Okay, so it's not 2024. Every block more than 50% ST population and at least 20,000 tribal person will have an ERMS, means will have an school. Okay, now Eklavya school will be on par with Nabolaya Vidyalaya that I have already explained and will have special facilities for preserving local art and culture beside providing training in sports and skill development. In the first slide, we have seen that this school will not be only in academics but will be an overall school. So sports and skill development will be part of this school. So this is very important line. Across the country, as per census 2011 figures, there are 564 sub-districts, out of which there is an ERMS in 102 sub-districts. Thus, 462 new schools have to be opened by the year 2020. Right? So I hope this is clear. Now let's move to let's see some few details. So you should know this that Madhya Pradesh is a state where maximum number of students are enrolled, right? But functional schools, maximum number of functional schools are in the state of Chhattisgarh. Okay, it's 71. Got it? So these are the two states. So MP, when number of student is highest among all these other states. Chhattisgarh, when number of functional schools are highest, right? Let's move forward with question number 3. Which of the following minor forest produce federation along with TriFed and IIT Kanpur launched the Tech for Tribal initiative? Okay, Tech for Tribal initiative. So Minor Forest Produce Federation along with the TriFed and IIT Kanpur. So which of the federation has launched along with TriFed and IIT Kanpur? Okay, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Manipur, Karnataka or Tamil Nadu? So the answer is Chhattisgarh MFP Federation. Right? Let's move forward with the details. Tech for Tribal initiative was launched by TriFed, Ministry of Tribal Affairs in association with Chhattisgarh MFP Federation and IIT Kanpur. Okay, ignore this word. TriFed in collaboration with Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise MSME under the ESDB program commenced the Tech for Tribal program. So TriFed has all collaborated with whom? Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise. Okay, so you can get a question like this also. Which ministry? TriFed has collaborated with which ministry for Tech for Tribal, right? So you have to know this. Now, program that aims at, this is the objective, at holistic development of tribal with a focus on entrepreneurship, development, soft skill. So it's like capacity building, straight up, through Van Dhan Vikas Kendra, VDKS. It's a 6-week program, right? Let's move forward with few more details. So, over the past few months, Chhattisgarh has procured. Now, why Chhattisgarh? Why Chhattisgarh? We are going to see that detail. Chhattisgarh has procured 46,857 metric ton of minor forest produce worth whooping 106.53 crore. So, this is the latest data available, right? With the Chhattisgarh government putting all its might behind the implementation of MSP for MFA scheme. The system and process for procurement are well in place across all districts. Okay. Chhattisgarh has 866 procurement centers and the state has leveraged its vast network of One Dhan SHG from the 139 One Dhan Kendra effectively as well. Okay. So 866 procurement centers. You will have to remember this. Now, let's move forward with question number 4. Which of the following state emerged as champion state where the One Dhan program has emerged as a major source of employment for the local tribals? Okay. Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Manipur, Karnataka, Assam. So, pause the video, try to figure out the answer. Let's move forward and see the answer. The champion state is Manipur. Okay. Let's see the details now. Manipur in particular, which has emerged as the champion state where the One Dhan program has emerged as a major source of employment for the local, right? That we have already seen it in the question. Tryford has stated that since the time the program was launched in the state in October 2019. Okay, so when it was launched in Manipur, it was October 2019. 100 One Dhan Vikas cluster has been established, out of which 77 are occupational. Okay. Now, this constitutes 1500 One Dhan Vikas Kendra clusters, which are benefiting 30,000 tribal entrepreneurs who are involved in collection, processing, packaging, and marketing of value-added products from minor forest produce. Okay. The Northeast is leading the way with 80%. Look, this is important. 80% of the established One Dhan Vikas Kendra. Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh are the other states where the scheme has been adopted with overwhelming results. So, what is more important is the Northeast is leading the way with 80% of establishment of Vikas, One Dhan Vikas Kendra, right? So, let's move forward with few more details. So, more details about what PM One Dhan Yojana. Okay, so this scheme is a component of mechanism for marketing of minor forest produce through MSP and development of value chain for MFP was launched in 2018. So when it was launched in 2018, implemented by TRIFED as the nodal agency at the national level. Okay, and TRIFED comes under whom? Ministry of Tribal Affairs, right? The idea is to set up tribal community owned by One Dhan Kendra in predominantly forest tribal area. Okay. One Dhan Vikas Kendras. 100% central government funded with TRIFED providing 15 lakh for each 300 member One Dhan Kendra. So wherever there is a One Dhan Kendra with 300 plus member, TRIFED gives them 15 lakh for capacity building. Tribal gatherers contribute 1000 per member to instill ownership. Okay, this is also important. So each tribal gatherer contribution of rupees 1000 per member to instill ownership. Okay, let's move forward with question number 5. Identify the identify the correct statement regarding the Pradhan Mantri Wan Dhan Yojana. Objective is to provide a skill upgradation and capacity building training. Implementation by Minor Forest Produce Federation. Objective is to provide insurance cover for minor forest produce or MFP launched in 2014. None of the above. So which one is the correct statement? So I hope if you have followed the last slide, right, you can answer this using some calculative guess, right? So let's see the details. Answer. Answer is capacity is to provide skill upgradation and capacity building training. The first one. Okay. So now let's see the details. Or what is the objective? The objective is to provide skill upgradation and capacity building training. So it's an skill development yojana of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs implemented by TRIFED. Right? Let's see question number 6. Under PM One Dhan Yojana, a Kendra shall constitute of how many tribal SHGs? Okay. So we are still into the Pradhan Mantri Wan Dhan Yojana. It's 10, 12, 15, 20, 25. Which one is the right answer? Let's move forward with the answer. It's 15. So I hope you're pausing the video and trying to figure out the answer. Right? Let's see with the description. So all these are from the previous slide. Okay. So this is the new information. A Kendra shall constitute of 15 tribal SHG, each comprising of up to 20 tribal NTFS gatherers or artisans, that is about 300 beneficiaries per One Dhan Kendra. How much? It's 15 tribal SHG. Means there should be 15% to form a SHG. To form a Kendra. See, for SHG, there are some people required, right? And so it's like this, SHG. Okay. So under the SHG, if they are 15 into 15, then it becomes a Kendra. So I hope you understand. So how many SHG? It's 15 SHG, then it becomes Kendra. And how many beneficiaries? It's 300 per Bandhan Kendra. So in Kendra, there are 300 beneficiaries, right? So you can say that each SHG is having at least 20 members, right? Because 15 divided by 300 is 20. So each SHG is having at least 20 members, right? See, it is written. I did not notice it is written. Each comprising of up to 20 tribal, right? So it's like that. 20 SHG means 20 member SHG, okay, into 15 SHG will make a Kendra, which will have around 300 beneficiaries, right? So let's move forward with question number 7. One Dhan Tribal Startup Program is one of the components of which of the following scheme? One Dhan Vikas Kendra Initiative, PM One Dhan Yojana Scheme, Trifid Scheme. It's MFF through MSP and Development of Value Chain for MSP scheme, or none of the above. If you have been following, so this question has been purposely put at number 7 because now if you are not pausing the video, it's time that you pause the video, right? You already know the information. If you have been following the video uh, throughout this last 10 to 15 minutes, I am very sure that you can answer this. Try to figure out the answer. Okay. So I have put this question purposely here so that you figure out, right? So let's see the answer. The answer is mechanism for marketing of minor forest produce through MSP, minimum support price, and development of value chain for MSP. Okay. So let's see the description. As per Trifed, in less than 18 months, 33,360 One Dhan Vikas Kendra subsumed into 2 One Dhan Vikas Kendra cluster. Okay. Till now we saw Kendra. Now we are seeing cluster. You are getting? Means see, one person. Okay. When 20% comes together, we make an SHG. When 15 SHG comes together, we are making a Kendra. Okay. Then from Kendra we are making cluster. How many? How many? Look. 300 forest dwellers each. Okay, how many? It's 300. Have been sanctioned by Trifid as of March 31st, 2021. Trifid state that typically One Dhan Kendra includes 20 tribal members. 15 such One Dhan Kendras form one Dhan Vikas Kendra cluster. Sorry, so this 300 member is from the Kendra. Okay, but for cluster it's 15. So 15 Kendra is going to make one cluster. Kendra into 15. So you will have to remember this. You never know, there can be a objective question in the phase 1 as well. Okay. So I'm going to revise you all in the last slide, right? Now, among many issues, Trifid is implementing to generate employment and income generation among the tribal population is the One Dhan Tribal Startup Program. Okay, so TRIFED is implementing a component of, see, look, this is our answer. Okay, so Bandhan Tribal Startup is a component of this scheme. The Bandhan Tribal Startup, also a component of same scheme, is a program for value addition branding, means same, the capacity building. Okay, so let's move forward with few more details. So, we haven't put any question regarding Sankalp Se Siddhi. Let us learn it here. TRIFED has launched Sankalp Se Siddhi Village and this Digital Connect Drive starting from 1st April 2021. This 100-day drive will entail 150 teams, 10, this is not important, right? 100 village, this is important. 100 villages in each region and 1500 villages in the country will be covered in the next 100 days. The main aim of this drive is to activate the One Dhan Kendra in this village. Aim is to achieve rupees 200 crore sales during the next 12 months from One Dhan units. I hope this is completely clear to you, right? So let's move with question number 8. So when was TRIFED established? Okay, so sometimes this type of question do not appear in RBI NABARD exam, but since we are covering it and TRIFED is something related to rural and you have a special ARD in the NABARD examination. So we thought of putting this question, right? You must know this. Irrespective if it is coming in exam or not, you must know when was TRIFED established. So it was established in 1987. Okay, 1987. So what is the full form? Tribal Cooperative Marketing Federation of India. Okay, so let's move forward. Who is the implementing agency of the One Dhan Vikas Kendra initiative? Very simple. Okay, and again the purpose of putting this question here is so that just think that you have just read the things and if you could recall or not. If you cannot recall, this means that you need a good revision. Okay, recalling is important. More of knowledge is not going to help you in the examination. Retaining the maximum knowledge is going to help you in the examination, right? So try to figure it out the answer. So the answer is very simple. That's TRIFED. We have seen it multiple times. Okay, so let's see few more details. So this we have already seen. So everything is covered, same as the last to last slide, right? TRIFED is the implementing agency. Now, question number 10. TRIFED or Spurti model is one of the convergence initiative of TRIFED. Where was such model launched first in the country? Is it Raigarh, Maharashtra, Bastar, Chhattisgarh, Buxar, Bihar, Ranchi, Jharkhand, or none of the above? Which one is the right answer? So it's Raigarh, Maharashtra, right? So it was not alone. So Bastar is a Chhattisgarh was included, but not the district of Bastar. It was Jagdalpur. Right? So let's move forward with the description. The Trifodo Spurti model was launched in the August in Raigarh, Maharashtra and Jagdalpur, Chhattisgarh. Is being implemented by TRIFED in association with Ministry of Food Processing. Very, very important. Not by, see, TRIFED comes under Ministry of Tribal Affairs, right? Sometimes we miss this information and we may mark, okay, so since TRIFED is related to Tribal Affairs Ministry, then this is also related to Tribal Affairs Ministry. No. So there are associations, right? Like we have seen that TRIFED in association with MSME, it has launched a initiative, right? Here it's Ministry of Food Processing, Ministry of Food Processing, right? So TRIFED aims to enhance the income of tribal through better utilization of and value addition of MFP collected by the tribal state gatherers as a start. Two minor forest produced processing units are being set up in Raigarh, Maharashtra and Jagdalpur, Chhattisgarh. Okay. So what is important? It has been planned to take up 200 Trifudo project across the country in the first phase with the plan to initiate 100 Trifudo project immediately. So now let us revise. See, there are so let us revise. So there are individual. So 20 such individual to form an SHG. So we are not speaking about SHG, right? So we are understanding the calculation of Vandan Kendras, right? SHG. Okay. And 15 such SHG is going to form what? One Dhan Vikas Kendra. Okay. One Dhan Vikas Kendra. So One Dhan Vikas Kendra will have how many members? It will have 20 into 15. It will have 300 members. Okay. And now this One Dhan Vikas Kendra will become One Dhan Vikas Cluster. Okay, it's cluster, CLUSTER. So now this is something that you are going to mention it in the comment section without revising the video. Okay, so this is a challenge for you. Do not revise the video. Do not reverse it and watch how much Vikas, how many Vikas, Bandhan Vikas Kendra forms Bandhan Vikas cluster. Okay, so this is something that I hope you have watched the lecture closely and you know it. Mention it in the comment section if you could answer it or not, right? So with this, we have come to the end of this lecture. Before I say goodbye, I would like to remind you to visit the website and look up on our course for NABARD Grade A and Grade B. Right. So this is one of the most economical and best course available in the country. Why I say the best course? We would not say, rather we would ask you to go ahead and check by yourself by downloading the app from Google Play Store and going to our YouTube channel. You can find some reviews of the students who are working on the respective organization and they have given the review of our course in a video. So you can watch them and make a fair decision. With this, thank you and happy learning. Let's meet in the other lecture.